Justin, you mentioned leadership ability when you talked about Blake Corum. Of course, they lose a big leadership guy in Ronnie Bell. When you look at the rest of the wide receivers, what do you see in regards to who's going to be the one, the two? Do you think that's pretty clear, or do you think there's going to be a pretty good battle for reps?
Yeah, I think the one in talking leadership, Cornelius Johnson coming back is a big piece for Michigan to have somebody that is the veteran in that room that can say, I've been here for a long while and I know what's going on. He obviously balled out in that Ohio State game and was a huge piece of that win. And so having him come back is key for the continuity there. But I really think Michigan's depth at the wide receiver position, there is going to be a battle for snaps, and I think it's going to be 4 or 5 guys deep. You look at what Roman Wilson and A.J. Henne have been able to do at Michigan. They've been great. They're speedsters. They're guys that are going to get open. But you add in some young guys like Amarion Walker and Darius Clemens, Tyler Morris even as well. Christian Dixon can get in there too. We'll see what side of the ball Amarion Walker plays too. He's been dabbling with the defensive side of the ball as well. But I think there's a chance that he plays both ways. So there's a lot of depth at that wide receiver position. I wouldn't say there's that number one, like big time guy like Ronnie Bell was here. And so I think it'll be interesting to see how all that pans out with trying to spread the love there.
Got to have those tight ends at Michigan. They got to be integral to the passing game, and they have been. They have lived up to it. Luke Schoonmaker moves on. Colston Loveland is a guy that a lot of people fell in love with watching him play down the stretch. So he, I would assume, is number one, and then we go from there.
Yeah, it's funny talking to Colston Loveland, and he had no idea that he was going to all of a sudden become, by the end of the year, possibly the number one tight end, especially with Schoonmaker having some injuries and Eric Hall having a season-long injury and now moving on to Iowa. So he got some really good experience for him in year one and showed that he definitely can be the guy. And so I expect him to put on a ton of weight, become much more athletic and experienced, and he is going to be a really key piece for Michigan in this 2023 season. But they also added A.J. Barner from Indiana as well, who's been a key piece for them in their offense. So Michigan going to the transfer portal there to have some depth at the tight end position. And then we saw Max Bredesen there this past year as well. I think he's going to dabble in the tight end as well as the fullback position. Michigan hasn't really had a true fullback in a while. And so I think there's going to be a lot of interesting pieces there. But Michigan, as you said, they love their tight ends. And I expect to see both Loveland and Barner in there quite a bit, getting some love.